Friendship is the first word that comes to mind when someone asks me why I compete on Mario Kart. Sit down, grab some food and drink, and let me tell you why the Mario Kart video game is a great relationship builder. Did you know? Mario Kart is a very competitive game and, in fact, one of the most stressful games in the world. Why is this? The fantastical and colorful game appearance with no apparent violence allows this game to be among the most accessible games of all time. Everyone has already touched Mario Kart at least once in their life just to play with their family or friends. One of the most famous and, above all, most enjoyable competition formats is not really free for all, but rather 6 vs 6. Let me explain the rules to you. A Mario Kart game takes place over 12 races, or an average of 45 minutes. A clash involves the 2 teams of 6 players fighting against each other. Namely, that all players play simultaneously in the same online game. Before each race, we carry out a vote. There are a total of 96 circuits. Each team has circuits on which it is stronger and vice versa. All the members of the same team will therefore agree to all vote the same circuit. Namely, that it is forbidden to vote for a circuit on which we have already played during the game. Finally, the computer chooses a vote randomly. At the end of a circuit, all players earn a number of points based on their placement on the finish line. All the points of players on the same team are added together to determine the team score. The team with the highest score at the end of the 12 races wins the game. Knowing that almost anything is allowed, do you begin to understand what an intense team game it is? It's extremely tiring to play as a team in a game in which every second contains an uncountable amount of information to process. In order not to be hit by any projectile, add to that optimized path defense on the 96 circuits to be done to perfection in order not to lose speed. Mario Kart is a huge decision-making game. The best players are not necessarily the most mechanical, but above all, those who make the most decisions as quickly as possible. Let's return to our initial question. Why Mario Kart is a relationship building game? In fact, it is obligatory to have very good communication among a group of 6 people, so it is necessary already to get along very well with your teammates, but also to know them well. I'm going now to tell you a little more about myself. So here I am, Sola. I'm French and I'm not very good at Mario Kart. However, I'm in the best team in the world. I started in a French team which no longer exists today. It was called UMT dans le Neutral. In this team, I learned the basics of team play. Above all, I met people who today are my friends. Unfortunately, drama appeared among the players on the team. The atmosphere was less and less familiar to me. Then, I thought about one of my biggest dreams, knowing how to speak English fluently. I don't think I'm horrible at English, but I'm very far from being able to hold a conversation with a real English person. So I decided to do one of the most daring and exciting things of my entire life. I tried to join a team that spoke English. I then found out a lot about the vocabulary, and after being taken for an incapable idiot by the recruiter, the Max Ambition team, which we will also just call MA, agreed to give me a chance. For everyone, the first match in a new team with people you don't know is very stressful. Imagine then that you have to speak in a language that you, despite the basics learned at school, rather foreign.
Hello!
Hello. Hey, streamer man.
Yeah!
I'm not playing today. I might do the scoreboard actually.
Guess what? I've never been so happy to play a Mario Kart game, and it went pretty well. On November 26th, I officially joined Max Ambition. It's completely illogical. I will always be eternally grateful to the MA for giving me a chance. Now I have to work. I don't want to disappoint them. But then, what is the ultimate objective in Mario Kart? The answer is Mario Kart Universal, the most important league in the world. I am then preparing to play the most important competition of the moment in a team speaking a language that is not mine, and which I joined 2 months before. Plus, it's the first time for me that I'm playing MKU. I have a billion reasons to be stressed. And guess what? It's not going to fail. Before we start the matches, let's look at the tournament rules in more detail. This is the 23rd season and there are up to 21 divisions. Each division contains 8 teams that have been judged to be of the same level. The objective is to finish champion of your division. Already for the title, it's really crazy, especially since each champion team is awarded an incredible banner acting as a trophy. I absolutely want one. Here are the seeds for Division 18 of Season 23. This corresponds to the results that each team should achieve on paper according to the organizer. Each division is divided into 2 groups, A and B. The 2 teams who win the most matches in each group are qualified for the playoff. During the first part of this competition, we must play once against seeds 1, 4, 5 and 8, and twice against seeds 2, 6 and 7. So it's January 21, the first day of competition where we play against the beginning races too. And let's say that we could hardly have started better. We win 557 to 427. It is already a victory for us. The second match of the day, on the other hand, may be much more complicated. Let me introduce the Quacks team to you. The Quacks is a French team having finished 3rd in Division 19 in Season 22 of the MKU. We already played friendly matches against them a few weeks earlier, and we always won them. We were therefore confident, especially after our victory against Beginning Racers 2. Winning this match would allow us to finish the first day with 2 victories already. Let's go!
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Go doubles.
You're going 5.
Crazy 8. Oh, no, I've got
It's
Are you
raining
kidding
again.
me? Oh my god.
God.
Alright, I'm gonna start with the cut here.
On your solar.
Top 3.
Nice.
Not to worry. The pack is so the chaos in the
Yeah.
pack.
Green. Look at Zeb's this, man.
Behind you, Bex.
Okay, in top 2. This
No,
piece of
bro.
garbage, bro. Oh my god.
It's unbelievable. They do top 3 thanks
Wow.
to this. Ah.
I've got triple reds in 6.
Okay, I'll go wide, I'll go wide, I'll go wide.
And then they have the horn.
Oh, this goes through my
No.
reds.
Ah.
Copy skill.
Scott, looking in. Okay. Still here.
I got reds, bro.
I have a red. Yeah.
I'm third.
Oh, what? That's a bomb.
Double left.
Oh no! I'm sorry, Funky. Oh my god.
I have a bomb
Sorry,
in
dude.
2.
I got triple reds in 5. Yeah. Nice. Here. You're gonna keep getting pummeled till you die.
Boom. Good.
Three, 4, 5.
I.
This is our first defeat. 512 to 472. It was pretty close. In fact, the Quarks are a team known for their style of play. Nobody really enjoys playing against them, and that's understandable. Their strategy is atypical, to say the least. No one on their team lives for a run, due to their lack of knowledge of all the maps. In addition, rare among them use the bagging strategy. So, their strategy boils down to everyone using the same color of Yoshi to recognize each other, and everyone staying in the pack and sending as many objects as possible. And it works. Let's get back to positive things. A week later, the second day of qualifying matches for the playoffs takes place. The first match is against No Star No Dream, which we will just call NN. When I saw that we were in the same division of this team, I was very happy. I explain why. First of all, it's a French team, so by definition I hate them. I'm kidding. In this team, I know 2 players with whom I get along really well that I met in my old team. One of them was expelled just after the start of the MKU for being falsely accused to troll. This guy is an idol to me, and I felt so bad when he told me about the situation. Without knowing it, the NN has just created a monster. I absolutely want to win this match, so I will give myself the means. Especially since just after the match against the NN we play Dragon Bill Z, also DBZ, who is Seed 1, which means that this team is on paper superior to all the others. We have a very big evening where it is possible to make a little bit of history. So I decided to practice more, because I don't show it much, but I'm not good at all at the game. I have a lot of difficulties and I'm very irregular. Add to that my poor English, which makes it difficult for me to take initiative in the team. However, I know my opponents quite well, and I'm not going to deprive myself. Some NN players also stream on Twitch. I'm in an English team, but I remain very French, which gives the advantage to the max ambition of understands called in a French team. I then watch their broadcast very carefully and I put many strategies in place to try to defeat them. It is January 28, it is 8 PM in France, and it's the second day of the biggest league of the moment. We are therefore playing the NN against whom I have the rage to defeat, but above all, prepared with my teammates like no other.
They're trying to ride up, Lola.
Oh no, the green in the box.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, they just have a shroom in 4.
And 3 behind you.
They have fire in 9. I read him.
Frail, because he's got
Up
a
2.
red in
Nice.
hand.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. Green's up, green's up, green's up.
Yeah, I've got 3.
4.
Nice.
4.
3, 8.
Top.
Top size. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Come on.
Nice run, Bug.
That was a really nice bomb, folks.
Blue got him, I'm in 2, me too.
Okay,
Third.
go, 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 go,
No,
go.
No copy, no.
I plot in third. Ah.
Okay, I think we got
Oh my god,
2.
2 at least.
Top 2 4.
2, I got 6. Top 2,
2,
4, 6.
4, 6, top 2. Okay.
Okay, that's alright.
Go on,
Okay.
Right.
I have a red behind you, Sola.
Okay, they're still top 2.
Nice snipe.
The kingdom.
Fire
They
and
are, they
Sam.
are
I trading first to hip. But him,
Okay, you. Oh, he drove me out. Shit.
look up. I can raid you if you want.
Blue's out, yeah.
Please do. I'll stay on the left. I'll
I'm
stay on the
Billy.
left.
They're coming up 8. Watch out, coffee.
I'm ghosting.
They're
Okay,
coming
we're
up.
top 3.
On you, Funky.
I
Yeah,
yoink your red.
no.
Taking double 7.
Yeah, I'll be
I got a
shrooming
shroom
cut.
cut here. Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll
I got
throw this
triples
one
coming
Yeah,
out.
better.
I'm starring. I've got a ghost in pocket.
I tripled out 3.
Good to go, good goes.
Okay.
That dubs.
Ghost.
You have a red,
I
Oh,
dodged.
the
Oh, I
shark.
think you
Dang
dodged.
it. They got me out of my star.
Okay, 5.
They got, I got last.
Top 3.
Top 3.
35.
Excellent.
Nice.
Nice, guys.
Nice. Yeah. Alright, we've won.
We won! Let's go,
We've
nice!
fucking won.
We won!
Let's go. Okay.
And-
1-3.
Victory 530 to 454, or plus 76 points. We finish with a pretty good lead. I am very happy to have succeeded in avenging a friend, but also that my work bore fruit. But it's not over. We continue directly with the match against the strongest team according to the organizers. And even if we already had a victory, I always want more. I always want to prove that I have my place here. So, let's go.
Best to give me your loyalty.
Taking that.
Doubles.
Cause I'm taking the world you'll see.
I have a horn inside. I foot break.
They'll be
Get him.
Oh, nice, you got him.
Nice.
Got triples coming out on the left side. Behind you, Bugs. Taking grass cut. I'll get the
Yep.
blue.
Who's up?
Get him.
Got this.
Get him, get him. Get him, Soul. Get him.
Oh, the
Nice hit him.
greens.
You got him. It's me, Soul.
Nice.
Go, 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 go.
Nice top 2.
Top 4.
Let's go.
Top 4. Nice.
Let's
Let's
go.
Alright. Nice. Let's go, boys.
Nice.
Top 4, 8-10. Good shit.
Let's go.
Still 2 greens. Yeah, I'm 30.
I don't know what they have behind their build.
Kill him out.
Bro, we're so terrible.
Okay. I'm gonna back Titan 1.
Yeah, taking
I'm
cut.
from cutting 6.
I'm getting redded.
I got him.
Nice. Green. Green's up.
Ghosting.
Got a Nana.
That's the-
There's a Nana on
Nice.
right of
I
the
see
second
it.
coin hit underwater.
Underwear.
Underwater. On the second hump. On the right.
Underwater.
You. Fuck you. Oh my god.
I'm sorry, Monkey. I'm sorry, Monkey.
They don't.
Take those doubles.
I wish from cutting 6.
Okay, more fucking mushrooms.
Alright. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, screw you, I get my 100.
We win with plus 106 against the French team DBZ. I have just proven to myself that even if a team seems too strong or even unbeatable to me, but I give myself the means, I can win. I am incredibly satisfied with this evening and very proud of myself. We therefore end this second day with a total of 3 victories and 1 defeat. I am very satisfied with what we produced, so we continue directly with the third day and we play against No Skill. Did 5 in the competition.
Red as well. And 2. Left here.
Third, Owen.
One on my character.
Less 144. Here comes a big problem. I explain to you. Normally, No Skill actually has a D18 level. since it finished champion of Division 21 in Season 22, except that very recently they recruit 3-4 players from much higher divisions. But the admins, when distributing the teams into the division, did not take enough into account the new no-skill recruits. And they deliberately did not say anything to have an easy victory in MKU. I'm disappointed. Disappointed because I definitely know that it will not be possible to win this competition. And I don't care if I even finish second. I want to win. And I don't accept that it's a team other than mine that wins this MKU. Unfortunately, we can't change much, we have to accept. So let's focus on the next match. We are playing against the Thundercats, and they're going to have to take all our frustration.
Okay, I'm gonna call him before set here. I'm gonna call him before set. Get ready. Activate.
MB, be careful.
Nice,
Oh, nice.
bud, nice.
Nice.
In the jaws.
I'm just behind your hip.
Okay, go ahead. Go shoot in front of me.
Oh man, he's got triple
The
greens.
shrooms.
Back in.
From the first circuit, we managed to gain a considerable lead, allowing us to never be behind them throughout the game. Well, despite this unfair defeat, we still managed to obtain another victory. Results after the third day: 4 wins, 2 losses. It's still good. However, I completely lost motivation. I remember talking about it to a few people close to me that I didn't even want to play anymore, because I just realized that no skill is overpowering. It is inevitably no skill that will be champion of our division. Their players are too strong, so much so that they have nothing to do there, and it depresses me. From now on, I only play with the MA. I no longer have the motivation to train on my own. It's a bit empty on my side on Mario Kart. I'm completely discouraged. So come naturally the next matches. And the next one is against the Spanish team Nebulosa. And this match was trying.
Fired out.
Not me.
No, I got fired.
I'm dead.
They got trip reds.
I never needed you like I do right now. I never hated you right now.
Can I ghost? 8.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're good.
None
One of them has a
for
bill.
Warrior.
They're filling up.
Oh,
I'm getting bumped, dude.
oh yeah, be careful, I'm dead.
Oh, the fire, what the hell?
They have triple green in 5.
I get fucked because of a random rain. These guys.
Oh no, why? Fuck! Bro, they can't be any more lucky than that.
I read the first one.
Holding dodges.
Oh no, I'm dead.
Oh, bomb.
They have it. They have it.
Okay.
Yeah,
course they
kind of
do.
weird.
They had it in pocket.
Tapping W's.
What's your speaker there?
Look him up, Funky.
They got it right. Damn
Yeah, they break the
Look him up, guys.
Oh, look, Nana. Fuck.
Can I ghost 6?
Yeah, good. On first.
What a bastard.
Your Black Yoshi, I see, has triple red or green.
I have
they
triple
got
red
one,
in
so
6.
Fuck.
Shooting him.
First bomb hit, no?
Nice. Nice with the
I'm back in.
Unplayable.
Screens.
That back
No
red
ghost.
went between my triples.
Oh my god, the Koopa Clown car. Man, how many reds do they have?
If triple reds.
Dang,
bro.
To drive, that would have been fun.
Les 64. None of us really know why we lost. We seems to have a better level, but yet we felt very limited. Even so, we had strategies. The team was certainly not in a good mood, but that's part of the competition. So we don't get distracted and we stay focused, because qualifying for the playoff remains very well within our reach. For the next matches, we play against the team for our conference again, and we start with Regaining Racers 2. And finally, the team doesn't seem to be that dysfunctional.
I'm getting ready.
Let's get past these guys.
Nice kill. Clear the stop 2 solo.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, get ready. Activate. Oh, no, they fucking do
Me and Copy got TS.
I'm inside 5.
I kept my round, but I couldn't really
Solo, but I think it'll help. Solo's pretty good.
Yeah, I have the storm. I'm dead.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, Funky! Oh, you serious? Oh my god!
What happened?
Oh no.
Oh my god, I tried to snipe a banana and I sniped Soul with it.
Nice.
It's funny.
On top of wall!
No, the Pauline's fat.
Comes out 5.
Double red me?
And they've got fire.
Well, I didn't get an item because he was
Oh.
and I stole a point.
Oh, that might
See,
have
when
been
it
me
is
there.
slow,
Yeah.
I've got triple red.
Okay,
Come here.
let's go, Bugs.
Let go. No.
No!
Backing middle.
Yeah. But it worked out at the very end.
I died 5.
There's no banana under you, huh? And
Water.
I said water, not
On the
water.
water. That's hardcore GP, bro.
Let's go!
Nice one, guys.
Plus 132. Ladies and gentlemen, we are qualified for the semi-final. And yes, there are still 2 games left, but we are already qualified. Simply because we have enough points not to get caught up with the remaining matches. It's a relief. Even if I know we won't be first, we will at least be in the semi-final. I suggest you don't dwell too much on the last 2 matches. However, we are playing against the Quarks again. And it's a disaster. We are being dominated by their horrible way of playing. Impossible to do better than plus 10 on a circuit. And finally, our last match before the playoffs. We play against the NN, against whom we win with a lead of 58. That boosts my morale.
Cause you're gonna get burned. Yeah, you're gonna get burned.
Let me summarize the situation. I am a French guy trying to learn English in a competitive team with British, Irish, American and even Argentinian players. We are qualified for the semi-finals of the biggest league at the moment. I managed to prove myself, but I always want to win. Here is the table for the semi-final, and we are playing against No Skill. This team which has nothing to do here, because it has players who are far too strong. It's unfair. That's what I was thinking when I learned it. Honestly, I was convinced that we were going to lose, but instinctively I decided to give it my all to have no regrets. I trained a lot, I put monumental pressure on myself and I talk about it all the time. Then comes February 25, the semi-final. In the semi-final and final, to win against your opponents, you have to win 2 games, unlike just one until now. As a reminder, a game consists of 12 races, so 24 races or 36 races in the event of a tie after the first 2 games. And the rule which says that it is forbidden to vote a circuit which has already been played during the match is active on all 3 games. The match can therefore be played not only on individual knowledge of certain cards, but above all on team play. And we are playing against No Skill. This team with 3-4 players formerly in the high division who inflicted a monstrous defeat on us with a defense of 144. It's going to be a no match. I'm so stressed.
You're good.
Yep.
You're good to go. You got a green.
Oh, I'm going wide bugs.
Tu me sèmes pas, j'ai le sang à la bouche et j'ai appris le septum s'aimera. J'arrive, je les stupéfie, je veux pas finir la partie comme Ken Park. Elle porte le septum, j'aime ça. On se croise et j'ai envie de. Mais même quand je me sens vide. Quand je rentre, je vérifie qu'on me guette pas. Partout où je vais, je me sens pas d'ici. On fait tous nos bails en catimini. L'assassin c'est moi Avicii. Qui et puis l'oseille à Platini. C'était ma Mirai Nikki. Crois dans mes rêves, c'était magnifique. J'ai l'ensemble Nike Gigi. Qui pollue l'océan Pacifique. Je suis amoureux de ce que je déteste. Je suis comme Papyrus. J'ai le cul entre 2 chaises.
Nice, top 3.
Top 4, top 4.
Oh, nice.
Top 5.
Let's go.
Let's go.
That shroom toy is just...
Shroom it up, move.
Go, man. Go, man. Go. Please. Have a shot after my bill.
Je fais que le dire, là je tourne en boucle. Je nourris qu'avec des pickles. Plus jamais moi je me retourne en route. Moi tout est sans béton. Va doucement si tu veux pas bête. Avant de courir il faut s'étirer. Je joue pour moi comme un top laner. Je bois comme un Rottweiler. Je suis assez bon si je veux tout faire tout seul. Ghostwriter, je suis pas le top liner. Je suis amoureux de ce que je déteste. Je suis comme Papyrus. J'ai le cul entre 2 chaises. Un ami d'Ukraine et un ami russe.
Nice. Top 4, top 4.
Pourquoi tu joues les
Nice. Well played.
Modèle au fond.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Easy.
C'est soit tout soit rien, y'a pas de juste
Watch for dodges on the minimap. Wow, they dodged one person. There's a door on left path.
I have dodge.
Esprit vaporeux dans un corps vide, c'est soit tout soit rien, y'a pas de juste milli, MD, LUT, Silly, je suis clochard midi, Veni, Viti, vide.
Top 2, top 2.
Nice.
Nice.
I think I killed one of them.
5.
6. 2, 5, 6.
They died a lot of the line.
Yeah,
I got
killed
11.
2 of them.
Nice
Nice.
kills.
Nice.
Hey man, nice 100.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Let's win. Oh my
We've
god,
won.
let's go.
We've won this one.
They're all winning, guys.
Yeah, 1-1-1.
Nice.
Oh, dude.
The semi-final curse has been broken. We've won
Let's
a
go.
match.
We won!
Let's go.
guys.
Let's go.
We won a
We won
Oh
the match.
my god.
We won 1!
Well played.
Do you realize what just happened? It's definitely the no skill in front of us, and in any case, it's not difficult to realize. We shouted all we could when we won even just one match against them. This is unthinkable, completely illogical. So, to win the semi-final and qualify for the final, we have to win one more match. It's possible? We are not going to ask ourselves any questions and stay focused. For qualification for the final. It is now. We have the momentum and we absolutely must not miss our chance. So, here we go.
top of line.
Why is
I got
I'm just behind you, Mo.
Yeah. Top three?
top three?
Oh my god, bro.
You're good. Yes, please.
Right,
Right,
Hey,
Mine.
Come two.
They're ready. Behind you, Solo.
Okay, where's the map for top two?
behind you.
Showing you two.
Nice.
Top
Okay,
three.
I'll stay wide, Dylan. I'll stay wide. Yep, I'll stay wide.
Not a mid.
Top
Top
three.
three.
Top 3. Nice, top 4.
7.
I got last. I got that.
Nice.
I got last.
Nice.
Nice.
Good for the guy.
And I got first. Nice.
Nice move.
Nice. Nice
Yeah,
man.
nice.
Okay, thank God.
Oh wow.
I got a ghost and some popping.
I can ride wide.
Oh, I should have.
Oh, okay.
I made it.
I call this stuff.
5.
Not seeing anything back here.
Because we are
They just have a
2-3.
build, they just won't build. Yeah, I don't see it, but I can't see what they've got now.
They're dodging.
Just go.
Oh, nice backs.
Dylan behind you.
Yeah, I'm going wide. Nice. Let's go.
Okay, top three. Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
top
Nice.
three.
Good play.
Nice.
Good race.
Good race. Good race.
Get that.
Stop!
I'm behind you, guys.
Go move.
They're coming up. Solo.
Let's
Build.
go. Top two.
Build.
That's okay.
7.
They got
7, 8, 9.
Six.
They got maybe got one.
Yes, I got bomb.
Nice.
Oh,
Let's go.
One of them fell off at the end, though.
I'm 5.
Oh, green skip.
It's okay.
They're in two.
Can I ghost in 11?
Yes.
Good to go.
Yeah, you're good.
Dropping a bomb on landing.
Nice. Top 2.
Sorry.
Nano on landing is
I missed.
back.
Yeah, triple greens and
I got fired.
How the heck did I not die there? I should have died.
I recovered well.
You got
Oh,
fire,
that
air
one
fire.
fireball.
I'll slow down line.
I got right.
Oh, I got him out.
Nice kill.
Top
Let's
three.
go.
Top four. Top four.
That was really well. That
I'm
was really
safe.
well.
That one
Nice.
I'm pushing 7. Come on. We're feeling it. Come on.
That was
Come on, guys.
Last year, guys, and we win.
Three left.
Yep.
And we can pick Ice World.
No.
No.
Not after what happened last weekend. We're not picking Ice World. Not again, Funky. No. Nice. Top 2.
Nice.
I ran into the blue without trying to dodge it, and then just
Up 257.
I got last.
I think.
It's a win.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Come on.
Let's go.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Against the no skill. Oh my god.
Go.
Made it to the finals.
Great job.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go, guys.
We've slain the dragon.
Now you
Go
guys can
Ice
do
World.
Ice World.
6 bigs left.
Ice World.
Ice World, come
Ice
on.
World?
No.
Okay, fine.
Impossible for me to stop smiling for long minutes. And I think that's the case for all the members of the MA, even those who weren't playing. During this evening, I tried to be as useful as possible for my team. I think I succeeded. Now it's the final stretch to obtain the Holy Grail, the title of champion. But let me tell you a little more about my relationship with the other MA players. In fact, they are possibly my best friend. It's true that we are all every different ages, different origins, and personally, I really feel the difference in culture between us, and that does me a lot of good. I don't talk to them 24 hours a day, but I log on to our discussion group several times a day to interact with them. That's what amuses me the most by far. I have progressed a lot in English and I can never be grateful enough to them. And like my ambitions to join an English team totally unknown to me, I decided during the final to go to England and win. So I would play the final of the biggest league at the moment in London. It's completely stupid. Besides, I still haven't told you about our opponents during this final. And it bothers me to tell you that it's not Nebulosa. Non?
8-3-4.
Oh oui, c'est bon, peut-être je fais ça.
Ah, c'est bon.
Let's go.
Ouais, je pense qu'il y a quelqu'un en win. Putain, on va jouer contre la QK, putain.
Let's go.
C'est bon,
Ouais, putain.
Ce jeu est beaucoup trop stressant, j'en peux plus.
Ah, on va jouer contre la QK. Ils jouent mal en fait, la QK, et ils jouent très stack. Ah putain. Je vais là pendant toute la semaine. Je vais récolter le maximum d'informations de leur côté et je vais tout dire à la MA. On va établir plein de strats et tout parce que ça va être chaud. MKU Season 23 Division 18 Final Max Ambition against Quarks. I prepare for my trip all week and I train a lot. For a week I think about nothing other than the final. I take that very seriously. It's Saturday, March 2nd, and I'm doing a remake of Sunshine Airport. I'm just taking the plane directly from London, in fact. Besides, I'm not living alone. I'm living with Howard. This Saturday, I made a little dream. I meet Coffee, player and admin for the MA. I can't believe that I had the chance to meet someone from the team and be able to talk to each other so much. It was a very strong moment for me. Then, Sunday, March 3rd, in the evening we will play one of the most intense moments of my life, and I will broadcast live on Twitch. But before that, in the morning, I receive a private message from Quarks players. The Quarks is a French team and in reality it is a very toxic team. Here is why. If you remember, after the Quarks qualified for the final, I said that they were bad and unpleasant to play, and that we were going to implement strategies to defeat them. I'm probably a hater, but I'm always respectful and I always try to be fair. I never insult them. You can watch the replay if you wish. Yet, they will even contact Hip, the leader of my team, trying to appear nice and kind, to try to start rumors that I insult them. The majority of the members of Quarks are children, and obviously they are not very mature. That's why I hate the vast majority of French teams. They are only arrogant, jealous people doing everything to try to bring down the other from nothing. They were possibly afraid of playing against us, so they tried to attack the only Frenchman like incapable cowards. They will even go so far as to spread this false rumor through the entire French community. I have never seen people be so unintelligent. Even today, people who are easily influenced like to point this out. But I don't know if I already told you this, but I'm in the greatest team in the world. My teammates largely trust me, and moreover, to respond to them, I send them an extract from one of their broadcasts.
Non, il est là.
Parce que là, ta grosse daronne.
Ah, il mouse de pute.
Let's go.
Je prends mon œuf.
Cela, si vous
Je vais cut en 3.
je me rappellerai toute ma vie.
I'll talk about this because it had a big impact on me, and it was always continue to have an impact on me. Well, anyway, I hate the French community, so in the end it's not that serious. I am very angry, but I'm also very afraid. I'm afraid of losing. I advertise a lot, so that as many people as possible could watch our final live. I'm afraid of playing badly, of not having the feeling with my teammates. I'm afraid of disappointing. After encountering thousands of technical issues, I managed to launch my stream, and I'm ready to show them that we are going to crush them.
Oh, God.
I got one.
Okay, yeah, that.
I can't do anything on their host, man. Bumps galore, lag.
Wait.
Nice,
Jesus
Dylan.
Christ.
Good one.
4, 7,
Nice
9,
one, 4.
10, 12.
I should cut in 5.
Do it again. Why do you have all these reds back here?
Because he keeps calling ghost.
Oh,
They
they
have
have
fire
fire.
in 5.
I,
Yeah, they have fire.
Oh, they're definitely
got
gonna
him on
bomb
the
me.
glider. Blue's out. I've got them on with fire. But I've got triple green.
I got
so
one.
I'm out.
Okay, I'm on left. Nice, you got him. Nice. Big builds.
I have another red.
Got triple nanas
Are you going to the red? I'll
Yeah.
still give space, give space. Yeah. Nice. Top two, top two.
How did he not win?
Reading, he's reading.
I have fire in 5.
Fireball's got back.
Can I ghost in 6?
Yeah, you could
Yep.
ghost.
Yeah.
I have shock off. I have shock.
Okay, I have ghost dodge.
You're there.
Oh.
So did they.
I dodged.
And of course.
Holy shit! How did they fucking have it?
Of course. Of course.
I'm
Are you kidding me? They couldn't.
You actually can't rank up on
I have a bomb.
Come here, laggy team.
Oh, fucking hell.
No!
Not to play. Not to play. Jeez.
Sorry, I saw like 2 of them behind me.
They're stopping, they're stopping.
Ground trims.
Did they even dodge?
I had a ghost and I was about to pop it. And he can't drive either.
You have space, Dylan.
Okay, morning.
Nice.
Oh my
Never mind, they killed
god.
these leggy.
Oh, they got triple greens.
Playing Bill on Bill, watch out.
Yeah.
I have shipping third.
Starting in 12.
Ghost
Nice
has
back! I'm coming up.
Go here, Hip.
Bang, bang, bang.
3.
Oh, I got passed by the bill at the end.
Cringe.
Nice.
Oh, look, we get good spots.
Hey, it's crazy, man.
Nice.
That's
I know.
crazy.
We played the vast majority as the Quacks below the tracks, and they won the first 8 races, giving them a colossal lead of 104 points. However, we finished the game at less 36, meaning we made up 68 points in 4 races. Plus, many of their circuits were eliminated. This first match was difficult because I was very nervous and I had a lot of difficulty familiarizing myself with the material here. The Quacks are missing more than one game to become champion. We no longer have the right to make mistakes. It's one of the most stressful moments of my entire life. But I still have this hatred on me. Me against this team. I'm going to crush them.
For bomb up, bug.
8, 9.
Another set of triple bananas.
That was so close.
That bomb was so scary, I couldn't see it.
I touch you inside the back.
Go for it. They get a red.
Behind you, move. Ow, what? Two, going.
I'm in 2.
Yeah, there it is.
There's a shot.
Grab shrooms, my best friend.
I think one of them dodging the build. Oh, he killed his teammate.
And I've got also.
They've got a red behind you.
There it is.
Beat them, beat them.
Ah, shit.
Oh my god, that was a scary cut. 2, 3, 4.
10.
5.
Nice.
I think they got bottom 2.
8, 10. Nice.
Oh yeah.
It's a pleasure
Joy,
being here with you, dude.
I love them. Yeah, I love them.
And I'm gonna get redded in 3, 2, 1.
No,
Okay, I greened him out. I greened him out for redding.
I have a red inside. Top 3, top 3.
Nothing.
Nice.
Got him.
Oh,
Easy.
slow bad.
Yeah.
I can fire.
I have a bomb inside.
No, you got him.
I sure mean
I
one.
got him.
Okay.
Top
I've
3,
got
top 3.
villain 9.
Yep, I'm getting ready though. Oh no. Triple red's out, 6.
They're holding a ghost.
Red them.
I'm feeling cut inside.
Yeah.
4, 1, 4.
Go for triple red. Oh my
Start
god.
2.
Yes, sir. Probably
We got
overtaking
space
you
for red.
guys. I missed
I will
it.
have 3
Nice.
nanas after my girlfriend.
Oh, it did it.
I'm
Never
mad.
mind.
I'm not risking that.
Solo red
cut.
skipping. Oh, it's the Goomba.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, fire 7.
Oh, I almost hit him.
Why do I put it? Yep.
Star after my freaking triple shrooms. What?
One star as well. I'm starring. Still coming up.
They're coming up in the building.
Starring. It's a bomb.
Got 2.
I got 3.
Oh my golden on the cut!
Top 3.
Yeah, I got Fenska. Yeah, I got 9.
Yeah.
Nice, guys.
Okay, 8.
There's nice.
Come on, 3.
Let's go! Fenska for the win.
I can fall off.
I'm 4.
Ready. Get ready. Activate.
Dodge.
The one is the only one to dodge. Go, go.
I'm on the
go,
right.
Go, go.
I'm on the right.
Go, guys. Go, go, go.
Go. Let me
Go,
go.
go, go.
Oh, they got red. Oh, I just got Mario Kart.
Come on, Moo, we got this.
Somebody
Yep.
get it? No. That's. Oh my god, that's scary. Bruh. Okay, it's fine.
Moo,
Go,
back on
go,
this
go.
left side.
I got Bill after
Oh,
Golden.
shit.
Moo, no. Moo, no.
Go, go, go. Get bottom 5.
Hold.
Hold.
Hold, okay.
I have a bunch of shrooms in 4.
Got it.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm in 2.
nice kill.
Yeah.
In 3.
Got 2.
Wait for you to toss me.
They have a horn.
I have a phone in 9.
I'm hit, but those nanas where the boxes are at. I'm going wide.
No trap dubs.
Got shrooms in 3. They've got a shroom in 2.
Oh, the nanas! No!
1 3.
5.
Nice! Did a lot of die yet?
10.
Oh, let's go, guys. Let's go.
Let's go! Let's go! Come on! Yes! Come on!
Nice.
Oh my god, bro. Press your A buttons.
Go.
He's so slow, dude. Holy crap.
Lag trail me.
You get to the left.
About to get lag trails, dude. Okay, finally I have a red.
I have shock in hand. I have shock in hand. Shock in
Okay,
hand.
I have a dodge.
I'm
Get
passing
ready.
last set.
Get ready. Activate.
Nice. You got
Green,
your
dip, rush green.
You got literally everybody after set. We're good.
Yep.
Come here.
Ghosting.
Come here.
Push by everybody.
Missed the trick, that's fine.
Got 3.
I'm so
I got
good!
5. I got 5.
I'm so good!
Nice. Nice. Oh my god.
7 10.
I'm so good! Holy crap.
I was. Wow.
I predict those.
Are you kidding
Oh,
me?
go on, go on, go on. No, he had double defense. What the bitch?
They got 2-3. 2-3.
You tried. You tried to nano snipe me there, man.
Nice. 2, 3, 4, 7,
Nice,
8,
I'm last.
12. I think.
Nice.
I think
I think
that takes it
I
to
think that's GG's. Is that GG?
Let's go. We got let's go.
Yay.
Nice 3.
That's 3. Yay. The most intense thing
Okay,
ever.
fine.
Let's go.
A match everywhere. Tie situation. Indeed, when we play on circuits that neither team is used to playing, we are better. We didn't start this second match very well, but our team play clearly got the better of our opponents. Besides, this is the first time since the start of MKU that we have won a match against Quarks. And it doesn't stop there.
Let's keep going, guys. Keep going.
I have a horn inside.
Planting.
I have blue.
All the rank,
have
I
blue.
killed him.
I'm holding. I'm holding.
Oh shit.
You can show, I
Nana tight, Nana tight.
No. I'll hold
Okay.
it. I'll hold it.
Okay,
I'll
okay.
hold it.
Top 2.
Nice, I'm
Top three,
on
top
the
three.
Okay, yep, I'm holding on. No, one of them fell off.
Nice.
Oh, they're
No,
all
I'm
dying. They're all dying. Go. They're dying.
Nice, top 2.
I got 6.
Yeah, top 2.
They got bottom 2.
9.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh
Okay,
shit.
yeah, I'm off. I'm off.
Can I ghost in 12?
Yeah, you're
You're
good.
good.
We're bottom 3,
They're top 3.
bottom 4.
Got him.
Nice kill, Dylan. Behind you in 5th.
I got a red in 7.
I got a bomb.
Beans in
Yeah,
7.
we touched
Yeah,
Top
tons of
three,
games.
I'm going for a double. Dylan, trail.
Failing.
Nice.
Got him.
You got one of them. Nice.
Nice.
I'm behind you, Dylan.
Trimming up. Yeah, we're all behind you.
Billing.
I have shock after Bill.
I
still have it.
Okay.
I still have it. I still have it.
Okay.
My bill's about to run out. I can't. This is my bill.
Okay.
There.
I'm getting first.
Let's go.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
There's a nana there, so I hit it.
Dude, they were gonna
3.
get top fucking 4.
I got 4.
Nice.
Behind you, Bugs.
Yeah, I'm just going.
Tossing green up.
Green dubs.
Praying to God. Oh,
Go for doubles.
I pulled a Sherm, no reds yet.
Watch out, they have
Got a
plan.
plan.
Back
You
to
know-
Oh,
No.
missed him.
Oh, and it got me.
Bruh. I got 2. What?
I
They
got
got a
4.
lot of bottom.
2, 3, 4.
They got a lot
I
of
got
bottom.
2.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Nice.
7, 8, 9. Nice.
How did I get 2?
There's no way.
Turn.
Okay, watch out, this
no-
on
They have a
fire.
bomb. They have a bomb in 7. We got
Oh,
killed.
they
We
got
got
bombs as
killed.
well.
2 bombs.
Who's nanas?
Stairs, I think.
That was.
I got planted.
Oh my god. We are
That
so
was
lucky.
bullshit.
We are no shock.
I can't pull it. Couldn't
Yeah.
pull it, dude.
Yeah.
Alright.
2, 3, 4, I believe.
4,
Eight.
5. 1, 3, 4, 5.
I'm getting last because
Nice.
fucking
Nice.
Wang.
Okay. 1, 3 to
4,
5.
5, 8.
8, 12.
Okay.
Things are back.
That's it.
Things are back.
Okay.
Reste de map, on est à moins
Bring it,
6.
we're bringing it
What's
back.
18?
Okay.
Got all that back.
Bringing it back. Down by 6. Come on.
Do we want
Come on.
Arbor now? Do we
2
want
races.
Arbor for 1, 3? Or
Got
do we want
any
some else?
other runners that we could pick?
We got R dubs. We got.
Don't trust our though.
I don't like our dubs. No.
We have
No.
3DS Foe.
Typical
J'en
anti-one.
peux plus, il reste 2 maps, on est à moins 6.
Okay.
C'est terrible.
Let's do it.
Allez. Bon, faut vraiment que je reste concentré le plus possible. Parce que là.
Bring up fire.
Go ahead.
Backing tight,
One left
backing
side.
tight.
Ah,
I got him, I
I'm gonna
got him.
go
I
tonight.
didn't back.
Oh, he stole my box.
Oops, sorry.
You got space,
yeah, but them
Bugs.
too.
Backing fire in the cut.
They're back to green.
Oof.
Oh, the green, okay.
2, 3.
2,
Damn
3.
it.
Bottom 3.
2, 3, 6.
I'm 3.
Boss Ray.
Yeah.
What do we want? What do we...
Yeah, I'm
2,
posting what we
3.
have left in scoreboard chat.
Trust me, Mary Mountain.
I didn't. I was trailing because I thought it was a red.
Fine, keep going.
Keep
Keep
going.
going.
I have already 5. They have fire hut.
That's it.
Any sign of it, Funky?
They have in 2.
No sign of it from them. They may
I
have
have
asked to
nothing
build
today.
up.
I just shredded them.
Okay, one of them died.
2, 3, 4.
We're top 3.
Top 4, top 4.
Okay, go, 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 go. Go, 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 go,
Go. Let's keep going.
Okay, just kill him, Solar, kill him.
Picture him cut.
Go,
Picture him
go, go.
cut.
Let's go, let's
I
go.
died.
Go, they're
Come on,
starting. Come on,
Hip,
come on.
Kill them.
Come on, guys, hold it, please. Hold it.
Hip, go, go, go. Hip, go, hip.
Hold it, hold it, hold it. No, one of them
Top
not
two.
there.
Top two, top two.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Come on.
Come
I
on!
don't think so.
Oh, my God.
Please.
So, I think it was close.
You got it, man.
They got like... No.
Top two.
Ah, maybe,
It was
maybe.
close.
Please, please.
One.
No, it was
Please.
close. It was close. I'm gonna lose by like
Oh.
2, I think.
Let's go. Let's go.
We won!
1d18.
You kissed us, everybody!
There's sweat in my ass crack.
Oh, my God.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
That's
I'm
insane.
shaking.
My god!
I'm shaking.
My fault is insane. Right, we were that far.
Oh my god! Yes!
Let's go.
Oh my god.
Plus 4! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh,
That's insane.
That's amazing.
Mickey Mouse.
God!
Well
I'm
done.
gonna be sick.
Oh my god!
There's no way! Oh my fucking god!
Let's go!
We fucking got a championship!
Let's go!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Mickey motherfucking Mouse, you guys did it. Let's go.
We fucking did it!
Let's go! Oh my god. This video should have ended there, but sometimes life decides not to leave you alone.
They're gonna open it. Oh.
Okay, so
dude.
sorry guys, I really don't understand what is going on.
It's a tie, Sola, so we have
Okay.
to play 4 more races to see who
Okay.
the winner is.
Okay. So, there was an error in the points calculation. So the true result is that the third match is a tie. In these cases, there is an overtime. We must play 4 additional circuits in order to determine a winner. Just when everyone thought this story was finally over, with a well-deserved victory, our gift was stolen from our hands. After a moment of intense joy, as I have rarely had, it is difficult to get back into it to compete in 4 new races as if you were starting from 0. Difficult to put all the stakes on these finals on 4 races when we have just come to compete in 36 races in a row to prove who was the best. But maybe after 3 hours of pressure due to the spectators, due to the fear of disappointing, due to the desire to prove my place here, due to all the hatred that the French team brought to me, and more than one that Quarks brought to me, perhaps all this pressure no longer had reason to exist, and these last 4 races will allow us to show in front of everyone that we are a united team, attentive to everyone and capable of great feats together.
Oh! I took him down with me.
Magnum left hand.
What'd you move?
Got a ring. They throwing fire up.
There's some bottom. Stay back.
I'm 5.
6.
I rang 2 out.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4.
One left up.
I'm gonna be staring on the left side.
Then Gus in 10.
Behind you, Hip. I'm behind you.
Then Gus.
Yeah, good to go, good to go, good to go.
I'm in the stair, Hip.
Okay, I'm going doubles.
Yeah.
I think I fired him off.
Fire.
Go triple down this
nice
out.
ball.
Triple way.
Ghost coming.
Alright,
Go,
2.
go, 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 go.
Nice,
2,
nice,
3.
nice.
3, 4.
5.
Nice.
2, 3, 4, 5.
7.
Okay.
7.
7. Okay.
No way.
7?
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Let's go, dude!
Nice.
Good start!
Start.
Good start.
Okay.
Good start.
Okay.
Good start. Good
Good
start.
start.
Coming out.
Blue, blue, blue,
Oh,
double.
blue hit me.
I get him. Ah. Go, 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 go.
Nice top 2 solo.
Yeah, wait,
Nice.
top 2.
I'm gonna
Going.
get spot storming
Good
because I
stuff.
can't see.
Nice,
7.
nice.
One here.
Wait, I'm getting another one.
Getting
Go,
ready.
go, 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 go.
Who's out?
Oh, I got
Go
starred.
one, go one.
1, 3, 1, 3.
1, 3.
One,
Okay.
6.
Nice,
Three.
nice.
6.
Okay, 1, 3, 6.
Okay.
Taking dubs.
I'm gonna take
5.
double tier move.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. I'll take single.
Top 2.
Turning 1.
Oh, okay, nice.
Got
Got
him.
him. Nice.
Top 2.
Okay, nice. Go, go, go.
I blue.
They're behind 4.
Hold.
Hold, hold.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm turning.
Okay, they're probably gonna get us before set.
Yeah, they called me after.
Okay. Couple of them dodged.
A lot of them
couple
dodged. A lot of them dodged.
I trailed them out. Let's go.
Nice,
Nice.
Dylan! Nice, Dylan!
Starring. No! It got
I
ghosted!
got 1.
You got
Getting
one?
dreaded.
Okay, we win.
Nice.
We
Got
win.
3, got 3. 4.
Nice.
No,
Alright, go.
Five, we've done it, we've done it. We've done
My
it.
heart is racing. My
Let's
heart.
go!
My fucking heart. Let's go.
Come on.
We did it.
Let's
MVP.
go, Dylan!
Oh my
Dylan, you
Let's go!
There we go.
go!
Oh my
We won.
Let's
God!
go.
We win!
Fucking celebrate now!
I ran that the whole time.
There you go, Dylan. You won twice.
Voilà, vous avez bien fait ça, les gars.
Come
Vous
on.
avez bien fait ça.
He won
Holy
twice.
shit!
Technically won twice.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna be back. I need to be sick. I need to be sick. Back.
Jesus.
Oh my
Dylan said,
god.
I'm winning MKU.
Holy
Dylan said,
shit!
"How do you win?"
You guys did it! Let's go, baby!
Yes, sir.
Hold on, guys. Can we do this appropriately now? We are the champions of the world. We.
This team now has been a thing for about 2 years. We didn't start off in the best possible way. There was a lot of problems, and
Merci beaucoup,
for a group
Blaze,
of
pour
people
les
like
invités.
myself, Hip, Coffee, Tokyo, and Ollie, who hadn't really had any experience with competitive kart, to come in and try and do what we were doing was really, really difficult. And at the start, yeah, sure, we made some mistakes, but over time, we were able to meet people just in streams and outside of streams too from LFT. Literally from the moment Sola pops in, we're like, holy shit, we love this guy. His English is really fucking good,
Oh no.
and it's
then
gonna
you-
keep getting better. Like we have such a good group of people here.
After 40 races in a row and in front of more than 30 people live, the MA won its first MKU title, thus proving that even in individual game like Mario Kart, team cohesion surpasses all levels. Do you remember our initial problem? Why is Mario Kart a relationship building game? I'm not sure my teammates will watch the video yet, but I want to tell you that I am the biggest fanboy the team will ever know. I admire all the members enormously and get along extremely well with each of them. In fact, I consider them my best friends. Even though I didn't know them 4 months ago, I'm infinitely lucky to be in such a caring, understanding, respectable and intelligent team. And believe me, that's the rarest thing in this industry. The moment of the final is one of the strongest moments I have ever gone through. Maybe I'm not the happiest lately, and I have some difficulty to including myself in groups. But I just have to think about MA, about the relationship I have with every one of them, and I tell myself that life isn't so bad after all. Because the most beautiful thing that has happened to me so far is to have already had such a beautiful friendship.
Like the speed of sound, you can't keep on the ground. Like a bullet speed of, keep moving like the speed of sound. Like a bullet like a bullet train. Cause I can't stop.
Love is the one thing we're capable of perceiving that transcends dimensions of time and space.
I can't stop. Bullet train.